Welcome! Bem-vindos! I am Thomas, a native Brazilian Portuguese speaker, and this is Portuguese with Thomas. You are watching Lesson 3 of our Master Course From Zero to Fluent. Você está pronto para aprender português de verdade? Ready to learn real Portuguese? Let's go! Vamos! Up until now, we've been naming things. Who you are, where you are from, and your nationality. But to really speak a language, you need to do things. You need to move, to act, to communicate. And in grammar, actions are expressed through verbs. Think of verb as the engine of your sentence. They describe actions like to speak, to study, or to work. In their original form, we call them the infinitive. In English, that's the to part. For example, to speak, to work, to study. In Portuguese, you identify the infinitive by the endings AR, ER, or IR. Now, it's important to know we have regular verbs which follow a predictable pattern and irregular verbs which don't. In Portuguese, regular verbs are categorized in three main groups based on their endings. So today, we are going to focus on the first and most common group, the AR verbs. Why? Because almost 80% of all regular verbs in Portuguese end in AR. This means that once you master the logic we are about to see, you will unlock the ability to use hundreds of verbs instantly. Okay, let's look at our first verb, falar, to speak. So, if you want to say I speak, I cannot say eu falar. Why not? Because falar is the name of the action, the infinitive form of the verb. To use it in a sentence, we must conjugate it to the present tense. It's very simple. To say I speak, we drop the AR and add O. So, falar becomes eu falo. Let's practice. Eu falo. One more time. Eu falo. Great. Now we are conjugating verbs. Now that you can say eu falo, let's learn what you speak. For example, we could speak English. Eu falo inglês. Again, eu falo inglês. Notice the circumflex accent above the vowel E. It makes a closed sound, remember? Like the E in English word hey. Let's listen again. Eu falo inglês. We could speak Spanish. Eu falo espanhol. Eu falo espanhol. Good. Pay attention to the NH. In Portuguese, NH sounds exactly like the NY in the English words canyon or onion. Listen again. Eu falo espanhol. And now we are speaking Portuguese. Eu falo português. Again. Eu falo português. It has that same closed E as in inglês. Listen again. Eu falo português. Now try to say the full sentence after me. Eu falo inglês. Eu falo espanhol. Eu falo português. Excellent. Now, a very important native tip for your writing, okay? In English, we always capitalize language. We write English with a capital E. But in Portuguese, we don't do that. Languages and months of the year are written with lowercase letters. So remember, it's Português with a small p and inglês with a small I. Let's keep it simple. We just said, eu falo português, right? Now, let's go deeper into grammar. In Portuguese, the sentence structure is very friendly for English speakers because it follows the same SVO model for positive sentence. Subject followed by verb followed by an object. As, eu, vi, falo, ou, Portuguese. So it's a direct map. I becomes eu, speak becomes falo, Portuguese becomes português. Understanding this gives you the freedom to swap the words later. We just need to change the object by anything we want to, like another language, for example. If you know the subject and you have the conjugated verb, you can build any basic sentence. Now, what if you want to say you don't speak a language? In English, you need the helper do not or don't. In Portuguese, it's much simpler. You just add the word não right before the verb. The structure becomes subject, followed by não, followed by verb, and then the object. So, I don't speak Spanish becomes eu não falo espanhol. But let's pause for a second. That word não, it's very important. Remember the tilde from lesson 1? It makes the sound go through your nose. It's not now. And it's not no. It's não. Again, não. Okay, let's practice the full negative sentence. Eu não falo espanhol. Again, eu não falo espanhol. See? You just take the positive sentence we learned and drop a não in the middle. Easy, huh? Now, how do we ask a question? This is my favorite part because it's even easier than the negative form. In English, you just have to switch words around and say, do you speak? In Portuguese, we don't change a single word. We don't use do or does or any helper. The structure for a question is exactly the same as the positive one. Subject, verb, and object. So, how do you know it's a question? When writing, we use the question mark, o ponto de interrogação, in Portuguese, at the end, just like in English. But when speaking, it's all in your voice. You just need to raise the pitch at the end of the sentence. Listen to the difference. In an affirmative sentence, Você fala inglês. You speak English. Now a question. Você fala inglês? Do you speak English? Can you hear the climb at the end? It's just like in English when you say, really? Your voice goes up. That's the only rule you need. So let's try together. Você fala inglês? Again. Você fala inglês? Okay, the question mark is your sign to let your voice climb. Okay. Now that you know the rules, let's apply them to a new verb. A verb that describes exactly what you are doing right now. Estudar, to study. Remember the rule for the infinitive? It ends in AR. And to say I study, what do we do? Exactly. We drop the AR and add O. So, estudar becomes eu estudo. Let's practice the three forms we just learned with this new verb. In a positive sentence, eu estudo português. Again, eu estudo português. Great. In a negative sentence, eu não estudo espanhol. Your time. Eu não estudo espanhol. And for a question, você estuda inglês? Você estuda inglês? Notice that for você, we just dropped the R, just like we did with the verb falar. Now we are starting to build our own thoughts in Portuguese. Okay, let's do a quick recap of everything we've mastered today. First, we learned that verbs are the engine of the sentence. The infinitive is the name of the verb, ending in AR, ER, or IR. Remember, we have to conjugate the verbs, then we don't say eu falar. We saw the SVO model, subject, verb, object. We say eu falo português. Eu estudo português. To make it negative, just drop a não before the verb. Eu não falo inglês. Eu não estudo inglês. And for a question, just raise intonation at the end of a positive sentence. For example, você fala espanhol? Você estuda espanhol? We also practice our pronunciation with inglês, português, and the nasal sound of the word espanhol. You now have the tools to say what you do, what you speak, and what you study. You are doing great. Great job. Now let's practice what we've just learned in a real conversation. Imagine we are at a language meetup. I will start the conversation, and when I stop, it's your turn to speak using your real information. Ready? I will start. Olá, tudo bem? Eu falo português e inglês. E você? Você fala português? Very good. Now I'm curious about your studies. Nossa, que legal! E você estuda espanhol também? Excellent. You just had a real interaction about your skills. Now take a look to see if your answers were similar to this. If you said, sim, eu falo português, or não, eu não estudo espanhol, you are on the right track. Great job! Don't worry if you struggle a bit with nasal sounds of não or the intonation of the question. This is lesson 3. If you need to, just go back, listen to the pronunciation tips again, and redo this challenge. Now you know how to talk about actions. I am Thomas, and this was Portuguese with Thomas. Practice these sounds, and I will see you in lesson 4. Até a próxima aula!